Hey guys, alright, Squint here. Today we're going to have another installment of Medusa. It meets Lockpick, or Challenge Lock. Dang, alright. So today we have a Challenge Lock from LoneWolf Lockpicking. As you can see here, here's the keyway. Let's see if we can get this thing open so we can send it on down the line. I've had some pretty good successes with this pick. Rake pick. There's the key. The key's mummied up. We'll take that out and show it here in a minute. But again, this is the Medusa. I've been using it pretty good, pretty well now. This has a different style keyway. Here on the keyway, it's got a nice little piece of warding right there. So I'm going to have to actually work up and around that warding. So let's see if we can get this thing open. We're going to start using top of the keyway tension. Not sure how that's going to work, but we'll see if that helps. Let's give it a couple rakes. Like I said, this has kind of got to go up and around to the right. Okay, big click there. Actually lost some of that falset. Let's go back and scrape just a little bit more. There we go, got our falset back. Okay, a little binder there. That actually may have been an overset. Alright, so we're going to go down and around, pull forward, back the very last pin. Okay, got a binder here, it's not moving. A little feedback there, a little click. Little binder. Let's give it a little bit more raking. Okay, got another little release on the core. Bound up. Okay, that was number one. About knocked the tension wrench out. Let's see what else we got. Okay, touched back off of 5. Give me another little bit of release. Same with 4. Feel around for anything giving me any feedback. Right there. Let's see if I can scrape that one a little bit. Alright, so I was getting a little feedback there. I couldn't get that pin up high enough, even with this real high swoop on this pick, but it seemed to have gotten it right there. There it goes. Oh, well, we got it open. You can see there. Went to stick the went to stick the rake part back in there. So the good thing about this, guys, you can see it's a real pointy end here, so it's got a real high swoop on it. But if you've got a pin, and that's what was happening, I couldn't get this part of the pick, the tip of the pick underneath it. So you can actually flip it back in there, and since it has this rise on it, it gets underneath those low cut pins and kind of just really just pushes them up just high enough. You guys can see how if you turn it around, that low cut pin will rise up on this little piece. So that's, I think that's why I'm having such good success with this on the challenge locks. You guys can see that we are open. I'm going to lock it back up and make sure the key works. Alright, let's see. Key. You guys can see we have a key. Yeah, it works really good. You guys can see the bidding of the key there. So I was trying to get, you see this one, it should have been this one right here, I think, was the last one I picked. It was, see how low cut that is? I had everything else picked, and then I couldn't get the real sharp tip of that pickup underneath there due to the bidding. And when I turned it around and used the rake part, it just kind of pushed that pin up just high enough to set it, open the lock. So, all right, let's see what we got here. Oh, that's it. It's actually a kick. Looks like it's a 6-pinner. Let's see. Let's take the back of that off. This pick will definitely go into my everyday carry bag. To me, it's been invaluable so far. With the amount of locks I've been able to get open with it, has been phenomenal, especially challenge locks. I mean, it's not every day you get to rake open a challenge lock, or at least use a rake. You know, I'm not switching picks back and forth, and that's the beauty of this pick, is you're not spending a lot of time switching picks. You know, you flip it, just turn it around. You know, it's got a real booger of a pin in there. I mean, honestly, that's why I love this pick so far. Has been the ease of use and not having to switch picks. You guys can see that everything was in there. Let's see what we got. Standard in 1, standard in 2, standard in 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like everything was standard, and he didn't do anything to the core. So, excuse me, sorry about that, guys. But you can see the key bitting on here. It's got some real long key pins, short key pins, and these were the ones that I was having issues with. All right, let's see what he's done up top. Nice long spool. Almost a triple spool. This is a, looks like it's almost a pin and pin, maybe not. No, looks like he's just made a little nipple on the end of those pins. Not sure what for. That was a standard. There's a spool. Little double spool there. And then came out like this. Little T-pin. That's probably why I couldn't get that. Shim in there. Let's see if he's done anything up top. Nope, no modifications done to the core or to the bevel. So basically just driver pin work. Beautifully done. Some real long driver pins. These are not pin and pin. There's little bitty nipples on the end of these. Which would be a real pain in the butt if they were turned around. So I'm not sure if somebody put those in backwards. I'll have to go back and look at videos, but he's got nipples on all ends of these. That's like a little floater. Nope, maybe not. Just real sharp nipples on the ends of them. They were all in there like this, like facing up towards the springs, except for the T-pin. I'm not sure. I'll have to go back and see if I can remember who sent this to me, but it may be a little bit more challenging if you flip those little nipples. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So here's number one. All the key pins were standard key pins. You guys can see that. But here was the driver pins. These were the way that they came out. You guys can see here he's got this nicely done, it's almost like a triple spool, but then it's got some serrations on top. But then it also has this little bitty nipple on it right there. If that thing was flipped around this way, I think it would have been a lot more difficult to pick if you had the nipples facing the key pins. You definitely get a lot of hang-ups. I'll have to go back and see if these maybe got put in upside down. Then you got another little multiple serration here. This one has another little T-pinish style nipple on the end of it. Then you got a standard, and then here's another multiple, like a deep spool with some serrations on it. But again, this one also has the nipple on the end of it. That's when I pulled these out, I thought they were going to be pin and pins, but they're definitely not. And then he actually had a T-pin here, and then on the end here he had another spoolish style, but it had another little. It didn't really have a nipple on the end of it, but you can see how that was oriented. So, all right, and then the springs. Let's go ahead and shoot you down a little bit. All different orientations of springs. Got a couple of steel. It went copper, steel, steel, copper, steel, copper. But that was LoneWolf Lockpicking's challenge lock. It doesn't have a name on it. LoneWolf Lockpicking. If you watch this, let me know, man. I'm still thinking these should have been, to me, oriented this way to have your little T-pinish style parts in order. Let me know if I've got these right or wrong. If not, I'll flip it back the way that they came out. But when they came out, they didn't come out this way. They came out this way with the little nipple face in the spring. I think you would have more success using those little nipples as kind of like T-pins. Give you just one more little piece to catch the shear line. So, all right, guys. Well, this is Squint. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you sticking with me, and I'll be on to the next lock.